I am going to be cooking one of my favorite recipes. It's a recipe that I just concocted one day when I had bought a bulk pork pack. And I don't know if you've ever seen those bulk pork packs where you get like 3 or 4 kilograms of pork. Sometimes you get some chops, some rashers. I was lucky enough, one pack I got a pork belly and the other pack I got a pork roast, which I could then use for special occasions. But this is actually my favorite part of the pork pack, is these offcuts that you often get. So okay, well this time I've actually just bought the offcuts because they don't do those pork packs as they used to anymore. And it's a very cheap cut of pork. It is only $49.99 a kilo. And I like the bones because it has the flavor and it has the... Though these don't seem to look like they have bones, but I like the bones, okay, for the cartilage and the fat, okay. The recipe is very simple. The sauce is sweet chili sauce. I prefer the Pick n Pay one. Some lemon juice. I just use this bottled stuff when I'm cooking with large quantities. And then soy sauce, and this is also just a cheap locally made soy sauce. And then this, and then some fresh garlic and ginger. Fresh garlic and ginger. As you can see, I've got my trusty Wusthof chef's knife. I love this thing to bits. Bury me with it one day, or if I have kids, I'll let one of them inherit it. And then I have some Chinese 5-spice. So normally I actually make this myself in my pestle and mortar, because there's a pestle and mortar. That's not my one, that's my mother's one, but yeah, I also have one. Because I like doing things like that, but this time I was lazy and it was cheaper to buy the Chinese 5-spice already mixed. I thought I'd give it a try, than to buy the Sichuan peppers, which is actually missing from my Chinese 5-spice because that's an expensive ingredient. And then I put it all in this camber pot that I bought a few years ago from Clicks. It's actually like a little bit of a mini pressure cooker. It's actually like a rice cooking machine anyway. I just tried it. So I'll show you later. So I just quickly want to rinse my pot. Okay, so yeah, I've just rinsed my pot with some boiling water just to make sure that it's clean. Yeah, this thing was like 200 bucks. It has a cook and a keep warm setting. I have used it to make rice, and I've also used it to make chili and the bolognese, and it works very well because it is basically like a pressure cooker. It has the same valve, and there's a little release valve, and also the seal as the pressure cooker. I'm just going to put this, set this down. Okay. So yeah, I'm working with about 1 kilo of meat because I'm making for myself and my sister. Yeah, it's just over 1 kilo of meat. It's about 470 and 580, so it's just over 1 kilo. Okay, yeah, I've washed my hands, I've prepped everything. So literally all I'm going to do is I'm just going to chuck all this meat as is. I'm not going to bother cutting it smaller. I do that sometimes, this time I'm not. No, wait, actually, no. That's why people have knives and forks. Why you give people knives and forks at the table. There's no sealing. This is also why I enjoy, I mean, as in browning of the meat. This is also why I enjoy this dish so much. Okay, no, wait, some of these pieces are looking a little bit big and inconsistent. Okay, I might actually cut them. But what I love about this dish so much is that there is no browning of the meat. It's literally just chuck the meat in. I'll show you soon. You just throw in the meat, add your spice, and you marinate and let it all cook together. But I'll show you later. So I just put all the pork in there, and I've put about 2 teaspoons of the Chinese 5-spice. I've layered the spices like some at the bottom and some at the top because there's just so much. And I'm going to just quickly dice 5 cloves of garlic. I feel like being generous with the garlic today, and a small piece of ginger. So this is my ginger and garlic all chopped up. Quite a lot. Yeah, I really do need to invest in like a tripod of some sort. Just gonna chuck it all in. So I've just taken the pot out so that I can just give it a good shake, okay? And then, so then you just literally just shake it in with the pork, the spice, the seasonings. And now, in true Asian mom fashion, I have not refined this recipe to the point where I can tell you how much to put in. You just pour. If I had to give quantities, I would say about a cup of sweet chili sauce and about half a cup of soy sauce. And then about some lemon juice. Also just squeeze it in. This is just to give the acidity because it's going to be quite sweet. A little bit more soy sauce, yeah. So you'll notice that I haven't actually seasoned this meat with any salt because I'm using soy sauce and a lot of it. It gives a color, it gives the flavor, and that's why I just call this my Asian style pork. Why can I not find the spoon? Here's the spoon that goes with this little pot that came with it, just giving everything a little bit of a mix. Just to kind of distribute everything evenly, all the spices, the seasonings, the sauce. Close it. Switch it on at the plug. Switch it on and cook. And now we basically leave it for a while. We're going to put it, it's kind of just going to do its thing. When it stops, we'll check it. Might add some more soy sauce, sweet chili sauce, depending on whatever we feel it needs at the time. And then I like to serve this with coleslaw and plain white rice. The coleslaw for something fresh and the plain white rice just to balance the sticky spiciness of the meat, because the meat is quite a flavorful dish. So I'll come back in a little while and show you my rice. I use the standard method of 1 cup, so I'm using this mug specifically. I like using that mug as a measure, and 2 times the water. So I've put in just nearly about 2 cups of rice, probably about 1.75 cups of rice. So now I've put in 2 cups of water, and so now I need to just put in another 1.5 cup of water. I've also put in a teaspoon of salt, and then I don't wash the rice because my rice comes from a factory. So I don't mind the starch that puts it. I'm very happy to just leave it. Then we put the rice on to boil. Once it reaches boiling point, which will be happening a lot faster because I've actually used kettle boiled water, then we put the lid on and we let it steam for about 20 minutes or until all the liquid is absorbed. And that is the foolproof way to make white rice. And when I'm back again, it will be to show you the finished product of the pork. See the steam rising from the pot. So yeah, that's kind of what happens. So this really is like a little instant pot, pressure cooker type of machine that does a natural release. The rice is almost done. As you can see, it's swelled up nicely. There is still a little bit of water, but that's fine. I haven't been for 20 minutes. I might just put in the pot and see. Okay, so here you can see the pork is cooked. It is nice, black and fragrant, and I'm sure it's going to be nice and sticky. What you want is that sweet chili sauce to make it nice and sticky. But it is not as sticky as I would like it to be. The pork is actually cooked, because I didn't actually put that much sweet chili sauce in here. I might just actually add a little bit more. And it's cooked in all the water. It's cooked in all the water that's in the meat itself. That's where all this water is actually coming from that you can see steaming. Okay, I'm sure you can hear the bubbling, boiling, and you can see the beautiful color. This meat is done. It is perfect. The fat has started to render, so the fat is soft, the meat is soft. Yeah, this is just a plastic spoon that came with this machine so that you don't scratch it, because it is a non-stick like surface. And then this is the sauce that I shall be serving to the beautifully cooked fluffy white rice. I'll show you the finished plate. So this is the finished plate. Yeah, I'm eating it with some coleslaw, the pork over fluffy white rice, some coleslaw, and then so my coleslaw recipe varies from what I've got, but it's always a combination of cabbage and carrot, and I like to put in a green apple for sweetness. Personally, I prefer using the small cabbages, the mini cabbages. Sometimes I'll use both the green and both purple, but this time I got the purple. And then I've also put in some red onion, some spring onion because I had them, mayonnaise, lemon juice, and just a little bit of salt.